There is something millions of people have tried, failed at, and then tried again. A diet. You cut carbs. You count calories religiously. You spend hours at the gym. You feel the burn. You see initial results. And then 3, 4, maybe 6 months later, it all comes back. Not just the weight, but the frustration of knowing you tried, and your body said no. And here is what nobody tells you clearly enough. It is not your fault. Your body is literally programmed to resist what you are doing. When you restrict food, your metabolism slows down to preserve energy. When you lose weight, hunger hormones like ghrelin spike because your brain thinks you are starving. Your body does not care about your beach body goals. It only cares about survival. This is why 95% of diets fail. Not because you are lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because you are fighting a biological system that is designed to keep you alive, not slim. But here is something that stops most people from giving up entirely. Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates in the world, just 4.5%. Compare that to America, 40%. And yet, and this is the part that breaks the diet narrative, Japanese people eat rice. They eat noodles. They have convenience stores on every corner packed with snacks. They are not starving themselves. They are not training obsessively. So what is happening? How do they stay effortlessly slim while we struggle? The first thing you might think is genetics. Maybe Japanese people are just built differently. Wrong. Japanese and American genes are remarkably similar. What changes is environment and habit. You might think it is because they smoke more. Actually, 25% of Japanese men smoke compared to only 13% of American men. So that is not it. You might assume it is the gym culture. It must be that they are all super fit and training daily. Actually, only 3% of Japanese people have a gym membership, compared to 21% of Americans. So we actually work out more than they do. This is where the real question becomes interesting. If it is not genetics, not smoking, not gym culture, what is it? The answer is something much simpler and much more powerful. It is not about dieting harder. It is about living smarter. And the difference between these two things changes everything. Habit 1: train your taste buds early. In Japan, food education is treated like any other important subject. Every school lunch is planned by a nutritionist. It is made fresh daily. Children eat it together in school. No vending machines. No processed options. No choice. Just real food. Rice, fish, vegetables, pickled sides, miso soup. Japanese kids grow up tasting real flavors. So real flavors become normal. Real flavors become what satisfying tastes like. Now contrast that with how American school lunches work. Profit-driven companies contract with schools. Tater tots. Chicken nuggets made from processed meat. Chocolate milk loaded with sugar. A diet designed to be cheap and shelf-stable, not nutritious. American children grow up tasting processed food. So processed food becomes normal. Processed food becomes what satisfying tastes like. Here is the key insight. Taste is not fixed. Taste is trained. Your taste buds can be retrained at any age. If you grew up eating processed foods, you do not have to accept that as permanent. You can slowly shift what you crave. Start small. This week, replace one processed item with something fresh. Just one. Next week, replace another. After a few months, your brain starts preferring the real version. Not because of willpower, but because your taste has actually changed. Habit 2. Make healthy food the easy default. Japan has 15 times more convenience stores than America. Sounds like it should make them fatter, right? But walk into a Japanese convenience store and you will find something different than you expect. Not burgers. Not burritos. Not processed snacks. Rice bowls with grilled fish. Miso soup. Tofu dishes. Salads. All for a few dollars. All fresh. All ready in minutes. Convenience does not mean junk. It just means easy and accessible. This is a principle psychologists call environmental design. We think we make choices. We think willpower controls us. But the truth is more subtle. Your environment makes most of your choices for you. You do not decide to eat healthy because you are motivated. You decide to eat healthy because healthy is what is available. Japanese culture simply engineered their environment so that the easy choice is the healthy choice. You can do this in your own life starting today. Do not try to rely on willpower to resist bad food. Instead, remove bad food from your environment. Stock your kitchen with fresh options. Make healthy the path of least resistance. When good food is easier to access than bad food, you stop having to fight yourself. Habit 3: Portion control without restriction. Japanese culture has a concept called moderation. They even have a phrase for it. Harachi-byu. Eat until you are 80% full. Meals do not come on giant plates. They come in smaller dishes. But there is variety. Rice in one dish, soup in another, vegetables, protein. So even though the total amount is less, the brain perceives more. Portion sizes are smaller. Soda cans are 150 milliliters instead of 350. Desserts are tiny, but beautifully made. Satisfaction comes from the experience, not the volume. Here is the psychology behind why this works. Something called unit bias. Humans tend to feel satisfied when they finish what is served to them, not when their bodies are actually full. Give someone a large portion and they eat the large portion. Give someone a small portion and they feel satisfied with the small portion. The stomach does not know the difference, but the brain does. So smaller portions mean fewer calories. But it does not feel like restriction. Feels like finishing your meal. Start this week. Buy smaller plates. Serve your food on these smaller plates. You will eat less, and you will feel just as satisfied. Habit 4: Sugar awareness, not sugar obsession. Here is something that surprises most people. The average Japanese person eats half the sugar an American does per year. 17.7 kilograms versus 33.7 kilograms. One study showed something fascinating. When people cut sugar by just 40% for 2 months, they started perceiving sweetness as 40% sweeter. Your taste buds adjust. You just have to give them time. Japanese people do not eliminate sugar. They simply consume less of it. And over time, they need less to feel satisfied. Here is what you can do. Do not try to cut all sugar at once. Instead, swap one sugary drink daily for something else. Green tea, water with lemon, anything without added sugar. After a few weeks, when you do taste something sugary again, it will taste much sweeter than you remember. Your tolerance will have changed. Habit 5: Structured eating creates hormonal rhythm. Most Japanese people eat at consistent times. Breakfast before 9 a.m., lunch around 1 p.m., dinner before 8 p.m. This is not about restriction. It is about rhythm. When your meals follow a pattern, your hormones follow that pattern too. Your body knows when to expect food. Your hunger signals arrive at predictable times. When your eating schedule is chaotic, breakfast at 7 one day and 11 the next, lunch sometimes skipped, dinner whenever, your hormones never settle. Your body is constantly confused about when food is coming, so it sends out random hunger signals throughout the day. This is why people with erratic eating schedules struggle with cravings and snacking. It is not weakness. It is hormonal confusion. Fix your meal times. Breakfast by 9, lunch by 1, dinner before 8. Do this consistently for 2 weeks and watch your cravings start to calm down. Predictability is the quiet twin of discipline. Habit 6: Movement built into life, not separate from it. Here is something you will not hear in fitness culture. Japanese people do not work out. They move. They walk to the train. They climb stairs instead of taking elevators. They bike to work. Movement is not a separate activity. It is woven into their lifestyle. Scientists call this NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Small movements that add up to significant calorie burns. Not from intense gym sessions, but from consistent, low-intensity motion throughout the day. No stress, no guilt, no need to earn a meal through exercise. Just motion as a natural part of existing. You do not have to overhaul your life. Look for one movement opportunity today. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park farther away. Walk to a nearby store instead of driving. One small shift compounds over time. Habit 7. Slow eating changes everything. Using chopsticks naturally slows you down. Each bite takes longer. You eat less. But you also give your brain time to register fullness. It takes about 20 minutes for your brain to signal that you are full. If you eat quickly, you finish the meal in 10 minutes. Your brain has not had time to send the signal yet, so you keep eating. If you eat slowly, you reach fullness naturally, without overeating. If you do not use chopsticks, try this. Put your fork down between bites. Chew, breathe, taste, then take another bite. You will eat less. You will feel better. And you will not feel like you are restricting. Habit 8. Mindful eating reconnects you to your body. In Japan, people do not eat on the go. No scrolling while eating. No working through lunch. Meals are a moment, almost a small ceremony. This is not about being slow. It is about being present. When you eat mindfully, when you actually pay attention to the food, the flavors, how full you are becoming, you reconnect with your body's signals. You notice hunger. You notice fullness. You notice satisfaction. Most people eat while distracted. Their brain is somewhere else. The body is sending signals that the brain is not receiving. So they eat past fullness without realizing it. One phone-free meal this week. That is all. One meal where you sit down, you eat, and you pay attention. You will be surprised how different it feels. The philosophy behind it all. None of these habits are restrictions. None of them are about fighting your body. They are all about listening to your body instead. Train your taste buds so you naturally crave real food. Design your environment so healthy is easy. Use portion sizes that feel satisfying. Eat on a schedule so your hormones settle. Move naturally throughout your life. Eat slowly so your brain catches up. Eat mindfully so you hear what your body is saying. The Japanese secret is not a mystery diet. It is a system built on balance, on rhythm, on respect for food, for the body, for the process. And when you stop fighting your body and start listening to it, staying slim stops being a battle. It simply becomes who you are. So here is my question for you. Which of these 8 habits speaks to you the most? Is it the taste bud retraining? The environmental design? The portion control? The meal timing? Comment below with the one you are going to try first. I read every single comment. And if understanding the psychology behind why habits work changed how you think about change itself, subscribe to GrowDaily. Every week we go deeper into the science of how your mind and your habits actually work. Thank you for watching.